Hey everybody, Jason Loucks here, founder of secretlender.com. And over the past 14 years, I've been helping people get into and raise the level of their real estate business. And a lot of people feel stuck or worried that they don't have access to the financing, or they don't have access to the great deals, or they really want to get started in real estate. They want to change their lives, but they don't have the income, the assets, the credit scores, everything the rentals and rehabs, real estate agents and mortgage brokers sort of people tell them they need. And they can feel stuck. They can feel worried that they're not going to be able to achieve their goals. Well, one of the things that can really make all of that very much more simple, and one of the biggest hurdles that beginners have to overcome, is they're constantly being caught in what I call a cash crunch. In other words, they have constant cash flow issues. So you see rehabbers, and they put out a bunch of money to buy a deal, and then they put out a bunch of money to fix it, and then they put out a bunch of money to carry it and pay all the electric bills and light bills and all the little things that come up when you do a rehab. It can take them months and months and months between paychecks, during which time, a lot of times they're borrowing off of credit lines, or they're, dwindling down their savings or whatever else that can have caused really terrible cash flow issues. I had the same problem when I started with rentals and rehabs. When I first started out, I bought 15 units for 2 3-bedrooms and 2 4-unit buildings, plus a house for myself. And I did it all wrong. I used, bank loans and everything else. And, in 4 months, I bought 15 units, and then they shut me off just like that. The banks decided I'd had enough. And even though the properties were self-sustaining, they weren't paying for my life, right? So I could never, turn that corner and get full-time in real estate. And also, as I started to do, whenever a repair would come up, I'd have to pay for it out of pocket, and I was living off of credit cards because of it. It was just not a good time. And the reason was because I had constant cash flow issues. Well, let me tell you something you can do. It's something you can really try out. If you focus on the right kind of financing, using other people's money, OPM, for your real estate business, the best type of lenders are private lenders, and the best types of private lenders are what I call secret lenders. Now, the difference between a private lender who's already a private lender and a secret lender is that secret lenders are people that you bring into the fold, right? In other words, they were, usually they had an IRA or 401k or investment capital or something like that. That's probably just parked in the stock market, or parked in a low returning mutual fund or something, where there's all this up and down, and a lot of people can't really stomach it, and they would rather lend you the money to do your deals because real estate investing makes sense to them. It's backed by something valuable. In other words, they see what you're doing, they understand the business you're in, and if anything goes wrong, they get back the property, which they can just hire a real estate agent and sell it, and they're covered. Nothing's 100% in life, but it's a lot better than the stock market. It's a lot better deal for them. Okay. Now, it's a better deal for you too. And it's a better deal for you too because one of the best things about secret lenders is most of the time they don't require monthly payments. See, if they've got their money in an IRA or a 401k or some kind of retirement plan that's, they're building a nest egg for the future, they probably can't take that money out every month anyway. They can't take their profits, so to speak. Some of them can, and definitely there are deals where we want to make a monthly payment, so we're not increasing, the debt on the property every month. But for when it comes to doing rehabs, not having that monthly payment go out every month, which is just interest, so might as well just accrue, right? In other words, if they had their money in a IRA type investment, a 401k type investment, if they had it in a mutual fund or in the stock market or something like that, and they're not taking their profits every month and putting it in the bank and spending it, they're leaving it in the retirement plan. Well, they might as well just leave it in your investment. Does that make sense? So of course you keep track of how much is owed against the property, but they get paid back in full when the property sells. Well, what does that do? Well, it means you don't have those soul-crushing cash flow issues because you don't have a monthly payment every month. You don't have that mortgage payment. Once you get the property, you don't have those crippling cash flow issues that basically keep everybody from being able to do more than one deal at a time. And when you can do 2 or 3 or 4 or 5, whatever, however much time and effort you want to put into it, however much you want to hustle, right? That is what unlocks the door. That's when you see guys taking the executive approach, right? They're not driving around beat up pickup trucks with paint smears all over the side, doing one deal at a time, bedding the farm one deal at a time. They're building a real business, okay? And they're doing it using secret lenders. And the huge advantage of secret lenders is they don't have those cash flow issues. You don't have that monthly payment going out every month. Now think about this. If you can take a property with no monthly mortgage payment, and you can install a tenant and let that tenant live there even just for a year or two before you turn around and sell the property, you can double, sometimes triple your profits off of that deal. In other words, if it's going to take you, 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 months to turn around and sell it anyway, why not let somebody live there for 12 months, collect a monthly payment every month with no monthly payment going out? Make sense? So your cash flow is great. There's no cash flow issues. There's just cash flow benefits. And so, think about it. How many of those do you need to support your life? Well, if you need $5,000 a month to live and you're getting $1,000, $2,000 per property in rent, you only need 2 or 3 or 4, whatever the number is for you, okay? The idea is it isn't 40 or 50 or, I've heard of investors with, they're like, I own 25 buildings and I make $50 a door. I'm like, I own one house and I make $2,500 a month positive cash flow, per property. That's just because that's what rent is in my market area, okay? So I'm not trying to tell you that that's what you're going to make. I don't know your market area, and I don't know, how much you're going to apply yourself. But I will tell you, when you don't have a monthly outgo every month, it sure makes the cash flow issues a lot easier. So secret lenders don't require points or fees or costly loan approvals. In fact, once they say yes once, as soon as you pay them back, what are they going to do again? They're going to say, hey, well, now I'm not earning any interest. Would you borrow it again? Would you go do another deal using my money? They want you to do another deal, right? Rather than like a bank or a hard money lender or something where you filled out 27,000 applications the first time, you're going to fill out 27,000 applications and pages of paperwork the second time and the third time, the fourth time, and it's going to take them a month or 2 months every time. Most of my secret lenders fund within 72 hours. In fact, they could do it even faster, but the title company's usually not ready. So anyway, secret lenders have a lot of benefits. So listen, if you go out there, get yourself a secret lender, try it. I know this is different from the rentals and rehabs and agents and mortgage brokers and all that other stuff. That's not what they taught you. And that's because when you work with secret lenders, they don't get a commission. Bottom line. So they got no reason to tell you. Okay? So try it. I know it's a little bit different, but I promise you, if you, work at, bringing people into the fold, explaining to them what private lending is and how it benefits them and you, and, within a very short period of time, in my business, I told you I bought 15 rental units and I was down, literally, I was living off of credit cards and they were gone. And I borrowed money on credit cards to put 3 deposits on 3 really excellent rehab deals because I knew I had to start generating some income. I couldn't just wait for cash flow. I just wasn't getting enough every month to live. So I thought everything will be fine as soon as I get these 3 deals done. Even if, as soon as I sell one of them, I'll be out of the cash crunch and then I'll have 2 more for profits. It'll be great. It'll keep everything afloat. The banks didn't see it that way. The bank said, nope, you've already got 4 mortgages. We're not giving you any more. And that was that. And so I was like, well, I'll go to all these hard money guys I've been hearing about. And they were charging like 14% interest, 7 points. They were going to make more money on my deals than I did. And that's if they even funded. I found out, I've been through the ringer with hard money. And I found out the hard way that a lot of them don't even have the money. They just say they do because they're working to get a commission. Well, I figured out very, very quickly that there was people all around me who would love to have a safe, backed up investment, a real thing that they can see, touch, and feel, that they understand. Take an ugly house, make it pretty, get paid. They get it, right? It's not rocket science, but they don't get the stock market. They don't get what is in their bonds and what's their mutual funds and all that stuff. And they loved investing in me, right? In backing my deals, those secret lenders, and they didn't charge points. They didn't charge fees. There was no loan approval process other than they go, well, am I going to have equity to cover me if something goes wrong? Yes. Okay, great. Prove it. Get an appraisal. There it is. They understand it. Okay. Very, very simple. Very, very straightforward. And then immediately I was out of the cash crunch. Immediately I had properties that I could fix without sweating bullets that I was going to run out of money before the end of the project, that I was going to have to make an extra payment. Why would they need the interest up front? They couldn't take it anyway. It was in retirement accounts. They weren't going to get it till the project was over. Why cause cash flow issues for me? Well, we got away from all that stuff. And I'm telling you, it made it such an easy, predictable, stress-free business. And that's what I want for you. So try this stuff. I know it's different from what you've heard from other people. But if you just take a very short time to get, to put this in motion for you, to start harnessing OPM using secret lenders, other people's money, and, in a very short period of time, you should be able to start, establish, quit your JOB, and spend your time making yourself rich instead of somebody else every week, right? All right. So if this is the kind of stuff you like, please feel free to share it with anybody. If you know somebody who needs to hear this because they're probably currently going through the rentals and rehabs and agents and brokers meat grinder that stops so many people and steals so many dreams, please feel free to share this with them. And I hope you really enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed making it for you. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.